GPT-5 just cited a study that does not exist. The author, the journal, the year, the findings. All of it fabricated. And it did it with complete confidence. I have the whole thing recorded, and I am going to walk you through every step of how I caught it. Before we get into the details, let me be clear about what this video is and is not. This is not an AI doom argument. It is not a reason to throw away your AI tools. It is a documented case study of a real failure mode that affects every major AI model available today, including the newest ones. Here is the prompt I typed. I asked GPT-5 to summarize recent peer-reviewed research on a specific cognitive psychology topic and to include citations. That is a completely normal request. Researchers, students, and writers make requests like this every single day. The model came back with a confident, well-structured response. 3 paragraphs, clean formatting, and 4 citations at the bottom. Author names, journal names, volume numbers, page ranges. It looked exactly like something you would find in an academic paper. I picked the first citation and ran it through Google Scholar. Nothing. I tried PubMed. Nothing. I searched the author name combined with the journal name. Still nothing. The study does not appear in any academic database I checked. Then I checked the journal itself. The journal exists, which is what makes this so dangerous. GPT-5 used a real journal name, attached a plausible author name to it, and invented a volume and issue number that falls within the journal's actual publication history. If you only glanced at the citation, you would have no reason to doubt it. I went back to GPT-5 and asked it directly, does this study actually exist? The model paused and then told me it could not verify the source and that the citation may have been generated rather than retrieved. That is a significant admission, and it came only after I pushed back. So why does this happen? Large language models do not search databases. They generate text based on statistical patterns learned during training. When you ask for a citation, the model produces text that looks like a citation because that is the pattern that fits. It has no mechanism to confirm whether the source actually exists. Think of it this way. The model has read millions of academic papers. It knows what citations look like. It knows common author name formats, common journal names, and common ways findings are described. When it generates a citation, it is completing a pattern, not retrieving a record. This is called hallucination, and it is one of the most studied failure modes in AI research. The term is slightly misleading because it sounds random. It is not random. The model is being predictable. It is just predicting words rather than facts. Now here is a question worth asking. Is GPT-5 worse at this than GPT-4 or better? The honest answer based on published benchmarks and independent testing is, better, but not reliably safe. Hallucination rates have dropped across model generations, but the problem has not been eliminated. GPT-5 is more capable, which in some cases means it produces more convincing hallucinations. OpenAI and other AI companies have invested heavily in what they call grounding and retrieval augmented generation. The idea is to give the model access to real-time search or verified databases so it retrieves actual sources instead of inventing them. These techniques help. They do not fully solve the problem. There is also a confidence problem. Models tend to generate false citations more confidently when the topic is specific enough that a citation feels necessary but obscure enough that the model has limited verified data to draw from. That is exactly the scenario I created with my prompt, and it worked exactly as the research predicts. Here is the practical checklist I now run every time I get a citation from any AI model. Step 1. Copy the exact title and run it through Google Scholar and Semantic Scholar. Step 2. Search the author name with the journal name. Step 3. Check the journal's table of contents for the volume and issue cited. Takes under 2 minutes. If you cannot verify the source in those 3 steps, do not use it. Do not assume it is buried somewhere and hard to find. Assume it may not exist until you can prove otherwise. That is the correct default when working with AI-generated references. This matters beyond academic research. People use AI tools to generate reports, legal summaries, medical overviews, and business analysis. A fabricated citation in any of those contexts is not just an embarrassment. It can lead to real decisions being made on a foundation that does not exist. There is a broader lesson here about how we use AI tools. These models are genuinely useful. They can summarize, explain, draft, and brainstorm at a speed no human can match. But they are not knowledge retrieval systems. They are text generation systems. That distinction changes how you should use them. The best practice right now is to use AI for structure and drafting, then go to primary sources for any factual claim that needs to hold up under scrutiny. AI gets you 80% of the way there very quickly. The final 20%, the part that has to be accurate, still requires human verification. One more thing worth noting. When I reported this specific example in an AI research community, several other users replied with similar experiences from the same week. This is not an isolated bug. It is a consistent behavior across prompts, topics, and model versions. Knowing that should shape how you use these tools. If you found this useful, hit the like button. It helps this channel reach people who actually need to know this before they submit a report or publish an article built on an AI citation. Subscribe if you want more hands-on testing of AI tools without the hype. Next week, I am testing whether AI models can accurately summarize legal documents, and the results are not what I expected.